Yeah, we need to start with that, and we need to put like some cool music to it.
Yeah.
Now everybody that's coming in is going to be like, "Wait, what happened?"
Well, we're like in the process of
Where'd they go?
But so before we start, today we are going to talk about the add-ons and what they entail. And there's 3 add-ons this month because this person has been in countless things, and they're all like equal. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't find
3 add-ons.
I couldn't find like one thing like, okay, this person is known for this, right?
Yeah.
And so this month's is actually going to be a collage.
Okay.
So I'm going to bring up right now. I spoiled it a little bit last week, but a couple months ago, the autograph signer was Nick Stahl. And this is kind of a look at a collage here. Let's see if I can select him. Whatever.
I wish there was a way to keep this like so annoying.
But
oh, guys, look! I changed. I shaved. This is what I look like when I shave.
So
just
right
like that.
You're not even on the screen, buddy. Oh, you're saying.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I look like when I shave.
So this is kind of the format. So there's going to be a photo like this of the person, and then there's going to be 6 boxes that feature the person from 6 different projects they were in. So like in this photo,
that's what the normal autograph is going to be, as a collage?
Yeah. And then I'm going to ask everybody what they thought of the idea of the collage, because again, there wasn't one thing that this person is really known for, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't point to this person, okay, that person is from whatever. Everybody's going to give you a different answer.
Okay.
So what I did is I did a collage like this with 6 things, and I could have probably put 12 things if I wanted. But everybody's going to get something in this kind of format. And then we will be talking a little bit later of the different add-ons for if you definitely want something more specific.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was the Nick Stahl from last month. We can go ahead and talk about him a little bit. Let me bring up the other stuff that we did for Nick. We had a Carnival variant.
As Kendall had said in one of our other videos, Nick's hand must be hurting because Nick has been signing.
Yep. And then we also had him from Sin City.
Carnival's cool.
We had him from T3. This was the one that everybody got. That was a club member that month.
And I think that was a good choice.
But see, that's, something specific. You can say, okay, he was in T3. It's a major project, whatever. I don't think there'd be anybody that would have been disappointed, in a sense, for that one.
I think T3 too. It's like, first of all, you killed it with the photo. Let's talk about that. You killed it with the photo. You killed it with the autograph placement. That whiteout bar that you did is awesome. But I would say that you got so Sin City. Even if you know who Nick Stahl is, you might not know that he played the Yellow Bastard. Like, honestly. Right. Like, you might not know, like, oh, that's Nick Stahl.
Right. And then here's a photo of him signing them. Yeah. And so whenever you enter your serial numbers or whatever on the Truly Authentic, this photo will be there as well.
Yeah, we kind of showed that off in our last video.
But I'm working...
Not Nick Stahl, but the one for August, we showed it off. Truly Authentic, and it's amazing. The program's amazing.
Yeah, I'm working on updating it. What I want to do is I want to start adding a QR code to the back, because I don't know how many of you actually used it, but I did a QR code to like the channel. Basically all you had to do was take your phone or your webcam, put the QR code over it, and it'll open up a browser. It opened up a browser directly to the YouTube channel so you could like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. But what I want to do is put a QR code on the back that'll open it up to like a generic COA page of the actor. It won't be the exact serial number because then I'd have to do a QR code for every single actor. But I may pick a serial number at random and be like, that's the one that everybody goes to.
Yeah. Well, you could definitely pick like a QR code for the specific photo, because even though you might have 200-300 of a specific photo, you can still QR code that type of photo, and then you can QR code the variant. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, what I'm saying but yeah, I mean, when you use the system, every photo, it uses the same photo for all the serial numbers.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is I'll probably do the same thing with the QR code. It'll open it up to a serial number, but it might not be your serial number.
Right? Yeah, no, that's cool.
But it just gives you, like, if you want to hot click on see who the actor is, right?
Yeah.
And see the photo, because not only that, but in all of the COAs, when you do pull it up on screen, they hot link to their Wikipedia or usually their IMDb page.
That's a good idea. Yeah, so I like that.
So that way it's that you can see what the actor has done.
I would say too, like, now is the time to do that. So I don't know how many people out there listening to us have been going to restaurants and stuff, but like restaurants, it's like older people now know what QR codes are, because it's the only way to look at a damn menu. So you gotta take your phone out and scan the QR code and pull the menu up on your phone.
Yeah, and so what I'm thinking is I'll have the QR code on the back of all the autographs. I'm still deciding on how I want to handle that, but it's I'm in the process of working with somebody to redo the entire Truly Authentic, like keeping the core system, but like making it pretty.
Okay.
And because I want it to be simpler, and then as simple as possible. I mean, it's pretty simple, but if you can take your phone and just QR code the back of it to pull up information about the actor.
I mean, it'd be cool. It'd be cool one day to have a system that automatically like QR codes that serial number. That'd be cool. But that's like down the road.
Well, see, the problem is that I have to have a separate sticker for each QR code, and I can't, like, right now. That would take probably like 5 days on its own to print out, to go make a QR code, print it. If I could automate that, maybe, and at least.
Well, it'd be cool. What about potentially down the road, the serial number sticker has a QR code on it?
That's again another issue, is because again, these are all ideas, and that is one of the ideas that I'm working with. But I also want to make it friendly to the previous stickers. But that was definitely one of the features in the future that I want, and that's why I need to redo the site, because right now when you enter in a serial number, it brings you up to a viewer page, right? And that viewer page doesn't actually show the serial number in the bar, in the address. It just shows like page 38. It's just where you can view the certificate. And so that address is the same, and the only difference is there's an app inside the web browser that displays the right serial number. And so one of the things that I am working on is getting it to where I have an actual URL for each serial number.
Oh, that's cool.
And then that way I can then attach doing that. So once that's done, then I can start actually having the serial numbers, because I have that information will never change. But right now,
for sure,
that's not possible because I don't have that system in place. But once that's in place, the next step is then when I print my next batch of serial numbers, that those serial numbers all have a unique QR code with them.
Okay.
So it's the plan. It's just it has to be done in steps, and each step
absolutely
costs a lot of money.
No, everything does. And, like I said, $8 smoothie. Anyway.
Well, that's inflation for you, right?
Yep.
Like, my dad and them were looking at houses, and I keep trying to tell everybody now is the time to buy a house. And they're like, no. Evictions are going to happen. The things, all that's going to happen in a year whenever the eviction, and it is. The flooding is going to be marked. The market will be flooded with available houses. The problem is hedge funds are going to come in and buy them all up at right away. I mean, and then make those rentals because let's say 10% of the population loses their homes, or 15 in this crisis, right? They're not going to get another home loan for at least 7 years, right?
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to lend to them because they have a foreclosure, right?
Yep.
On top of that, the people who can't qualify for a home, because one of the major issues for qualifying for a home is debt to income ratio. So if you're like on minimum wage, right, or making like 35,000 a year, the minimum price for a house that you can get a loan for is like 100,000. Well, just a basic 3-bedroom house, cheap 3-bedroom house where I live, it is one of the cheapest places in the U.S., is now 150,000. Right? So you would need at least $45,000 combined income to be able to buy that house and keep it under a debt to income ratio of 40. That means that you can't even own a car on a loan, because the way it works, I don't know if a lot of you guys have worked with home lending, but you have to have 43% of your debt to income max. That means all your bills, your credit cards, your mortgage, your car payment, all cannot be over 43% of your total income each month. And that limits a lot of people. So what my whole point is that there's going to be everybody's going to be renting here in the future, even though it's going to be cheaper to buy. Like here, you can pay $700 a month and own it, or $1,000 a month to rent the same place. Well, why doesn't everybody buy? Well, A, the debt to income ratio, or they had foreclosed on a house before, or they don't have the credit. Those 3 major things keep people out of buying a home and inexpensive rentals. And when you're in a rental, right, you're not able to save for a larger down payment. You're not able to do those kind of things without really, really tightening your budget completely.
See, right now, like in our area, we have a housing crisis where there's actually just not enough houses.
Right.
So you've got these landlords and apartments and stuff that are like gouging the rent prices because people can't go anywhere. So it's like way more expensive to rent than to have a mortgage.
Right. But the reason there isn't
they have no
building
option.
houses, right? All the new houses here, like where I said, to buy like a used 3-bedroom, right, a lived-in 3-bedroom, whatever, here is $150. To buy a brand new construction version, right, is almost $190. And again, this is in one of the cheaper places in the U.S., right? I know where you live, prices are a little bit more steeper. I think you add like $100K to all of those.
Our house, not going into details, we bought our house in 2016. It has already matured. It's approaching almost getting to be like $125,000 in 4 years. It's grown that much money.
Yeah. And what's going to happen is because of the dollar with inflation, the dollar is going to lose value quite a bit in the coming months, especially in September when the new GDP report comes out. And that's going to crash the dollar. So something that, your Orange Julius is $8 now, next year probably going to be like $10. And same thing.
Don't tell me that.
When you're building houses, right? Those houses that they could build for $150,000 now are going to cost them $200,000 to build.
So the moral of the story for everybody watching is go to Autograph.deals and lock up a 2-year subscription to Autograph the month.
I need to take that off. I keep forgetting. It's just I haven't had time to run any other specials on that.
Yeah, because Marco keeps forgetting to turn that deal off. So go get the deal that I did.
The shipping alone, I think, is going to kill me. Because
as it goes up.
Just in the last year, UPS rates, since I raised it, 50 cents.
Yeah.
Right. Like now it's it costs almost $3.90 to ship, or $3.70 to ship a first class 6-ounce package.
Well, and the crazy thing is they're getting to where, because of space, the size of the package before you start hitting. I mean, you're not running into it, but that Angus Young guitar that we got.
Right.
I just sent it off to brand new owner who's actually, I think, in here watching us. But the brand new owner, I just sent it off to them, and that box cost so if it was a regular size box, even being the weight that it was, but the fact of the size of the box, I had to pay so much in surcharge because of the size of the box.
Right.
Because they're making space a premium now. And I feel like it's going to get to the point that if it's not the size of like a Funko Pop box, you're going to be paying way more.
Well, what I think is going to be nice, the thing that's going to happen with the larger size boxes, especially with when AI comes out for driving semis and all that kind of stuff, is a lot of the drivers now are going to become Uber drivers for delivery companies. So, like, if you have a package like that, right, they're going to be, especially with AI distribution and systems.
Okay.
You'll be able to say, I have a package going from here to here, right? And the system will be able to say, well, we have an Uber driver coming through, an Uber truck coming through your neighborhood. Meet them here at this place at 3:00, right? And they'll take your package, put it in the truck, and then drop it off all the way on the other side of the country where another Uber truck driver will pick it up. You know what I mean? Like,
so basically just start doing like a handoff type multitasking.
yeah, but with like contracted, because again, this is the way the future is. I mean, look what happened in California, right? Where the state said, okay, Uber, Lyft, you guys have to start paying benefits. You know, you can't keep hiring these people as contractors. Well, Uber said fine, and so the Lyft said, okay, we're no longer offering services in California. And then like a week later, California's like, okay, come back. We'll put this on hold for now.
Yeah.
Right. And Uber's screwing, like there's a lot of Uber and Lyft drivers out there who make less than minimum wage. And this is, unfortunately, with the fourth industrial revolution coming, this is the future. We're all going to be contractors, subcontractors, and we're not going to be able, we're going to be working for ourselves and not employed by anybody. And so we're going to be responsible for our own benefits, our own everything.
I'm glad I got into YouTube now for a living.
Well, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, a TikTok, you know, there's people that are, you know, buying vans and that are making their living just by, you know, doing this kind of stuff. But again, that's going to hit a saturation point eventually as well. But the point is we're going to have all of these subcontractors, Uber, Lyft, Uber Eats, you know, the same with the trucking industry, all of this stuff, everybody working at less than minimum wage.
I'll tell you what, we were talking to, we went to lunch with our brother he goes to college in Boston, and he's flying back Friday, and we went to lunch with him today, and he literally, I don't know how they're getting away with this, but so when he gets back to college, he has to be COVID tested.
Right.
After he is COVID tested, because of the sheer amount of students that they're going to be COVID testing, he has to go isolate himself until he gets results, which could take up to 48 hours. In that time, he is expected to order Uber Eats or some type of delivery food. So it's like this college town, that's where you need to be an Uber driver.
Well, I mean, Manhattan hit an all-time high with over 13,000 empty apartments this month.
Yeah.
Everybody's moving out because the whole point of living in Manhattan is the party scene, the bars, the local scenes, the restaurants. Mm-hmm. And why are you paying $3,500 a month if you can't go to any of those things?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And especially if you can work from home now, because I have a friend who lives in Brooklyn who worked in Manhattan, but now he only has to go into the office twice a week, and he just works from home the other 3.
There you go.
And so,
yeah, our other brother actually just graduated high school, and he's supposed to be starting at San Luis Obispo, and he had to make a decision today because he either could stay at home and take college classes, right, or he can go to campus, but he has to basically isolate in the dorm. There's nothing there. The school's closed.
Right.
So he had to make that decision of like, do I want to stay home or do I want to just go and have whatever this experience is going to be?
All right. Sorry, guys. Sorry for my economic stuff here, but I do another crypto podcast, and all I talk about is the economy and the in cryptocurrency and the dollar and all this stuff nonstop. So when I get going, I forget what podcast I'm on here.
Hey, Paul. Yeah, well, you're getting an insight into the shit that Marco and I just talk about randomly. But yeah, let's get back to
All right, so we'll go
autographs.
over. So Nick, we were talking about Nick. We showed you the different things, and just to recap, this month's autograph is going to be in a collage format like this. I mean, you guys can comment it on in the comments what you think of this style, but the person will be, in the corner here like this, and there'll be 6 projects that they were in shown in the corner, and then there'll be a really nice place for them to sign. And that's the autograph everybody will be getting.
Did Nick actually sign ones like this?
Yeah, I have probably he did like 20. And so I have some of these available, and I'll be throwing them up on the website soon. Now that the kind of waiting period for what do you say? Spoilers is kind of passed. And
that's 258 West, guys. 258west.com.
Yeah, I need to get busy because I still need to put, like, I guess the last 4 months or so that have been spoiled now up on the site. But so yeah,
I can't wait till we get to talk about August. That's I'm excited for that. But
so we'll get to that.
Anyway, yeah. So that's so.
One of the
if
cool
you're
things,
just joining, the main autograph for September is going to be this collage style, and then Marco has not talked yet about some variant options.
But I will talk a little bit about, how we were just talking economics and economic theory and crypto.
Yeah.
So the signing with Nick actually went on for almost 3.5 hours.
Wow.
Because we were just so busy talking economics and crypto and all that stuff nonstop. And he would just stop signing and we'd just go out. And then we've spoken a few times since then. And I even spoke with his mom, joined us in on a conversation about her retirement and everything. And we speak about, all that kind of stuff. And it's very interesting stuff. He likes it. Normally the signings take about an hour to 90 minutes, but when you get to chatting, sometimes, it takes a little bit longer. Didn't
you say Tom Hiddleston was the same way? He couldn't. Oh, yeah. He couldn't sign, and
that was over 4-hour signing. But and then you got people like Stephen Amell and Amelia Clark who did 1,000 pieces in about an hour. And Stephen Amell was like super competitive. When he heard like the record was, I'm going to beat that record,
And that was it. It wasn't that signature. Signing before he started his really short signature too.
Yeah, that was with his full signature. Yeah.
Yeah. Now he's got his little SA arrow.
Yeah. Pretty soon it'll just be an arrow.
It's just gonna be an arrow. He's not gonna sign. He's gonna live with the fact that that's what he's known for, is being the Green Arrow, and he's gonna just sign an arrow.
You talk about there's people who sign the same all the time, no matter what. Be it on the street, be it in a private setting, you have those, right? Like Nathan Fillion, right? You will never see a Nathan Fillion variant signature. It's exactly the same on every single one, right? And then you have somebody like Norman Reedus, who has 1,000 variants, and I'll tell you the reason why. It all depends on the last time he had a cigarette. So the best time to get an autograph from him is just after he's had a cigarette at a convention, right? Because you'll see it like a full signature.
So if I ever go see, you want to be like in line right when he's just starting, because he probably just came from a smoke break,
right? And so you'll see like the Norman Reedus full signature. Then you just see like the Norman, and then or the N and then the Reedus, and then it's just NR, and then eventually it's just N and a line. And the N with the line is usually what he does for street autographs. Like if you've noticed, like with a lot of the street autographs, it's just an N and a long line. And so the longer he's gone without that cigarette, that line on the N gets longer.
Hey, Carrie. So we just talked about the autograph for September is going to be a collage with the actor's face and then some of the things, the 6 projects that they're known for. So you missed that, and we haven't got into the variant yet, and we're talking about signature differences. So it's funny. The ones that I'm actually impressed with, Marco, are the ones that are like they're basically a squiggle, but they're always consistent.
Right.
Those are impressive. Like the squiggle that means nothing.
Well, that would be Bruce Campbell, right? Where you have to, when you're comparing his, you've got to compare. He always writes his character name. He prints that. So if you want to know if your Bruce Campbell is real, you have to look at the printed part of the character name.
Yeah.
And you also, comparing signatures, you always want to find those 2 or 3 points that don't change on their signature, right?
Yeah.
Maybe the way they do the R, the S, the way they connect or not connect, or do they loop left or loop right type of thing. I mean, I don't do signature authentication at all because you can never be 100% sure.
No, it's impossible.
I mean, you give any artist 30 minutes to an hour, and they can probably duplicate a signature better than the person signing it. You know what I mean? Because it's just how their brains work, right?
The only way I feel like to do a true authentication is literally to CSI and see if there is some touch DNA left by the.
Well, that's the thing. Pretty soon we'll have to have you do a thumbprint, and even in a thumbprint, like,
yeah.
Here's a slice of hair. They actually had trading cards with people's hair on them before.
It's gonna all turn into like our serial killer boxes that we do, where it's like you've got like a piece of hair from the death row inmate from when he got a haircut.
All right. Maybe the new signature is just thumbprints or something.
There you go. Just prick their thumb on a little tack, and then just leave a bloody thumbprint on every photo.
Yeah. But no, I mean that's where you have to build trust and stuff with the community and put your name out there. I mean, usually if you want to know if a COA is real, try to Google them, and if you can't find anything about the company or the person or whatever, if they don't even put their name on the product or if their name is super generic, John Smith Autograph Authentics, you know what I mean? So it's like to where that's the kind of stuff that you want to look out for is super generic names and no addresses, maybe and stuff like that. And I actually need to go back and update a couple things because I redid the COAs for somebody of some of my Serenity autographs.
Okay.
To add them to the Truly Authentic. So somebody sent me the comics, I added them to the Truly Authentic database and all that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
And
hey, so Carrie has a question for you about do the autographs ship on a certain day? Now, I know you try to do it right away in the beginning of the month.
It's the first week of the month. The only things that happen is sometimes there's holidays like Labor Day is coming up. This month there might be a slight delay because of the fact that I just shipped out the photos to the actor last night because the person that I had originally scheduled ended up backing out. And so I closed the deal, got the stuff, and everything shipped out. So they should do the signing with me this weekend or so. Cool. And ship those autographs back early so that I'll be able to start working and get those out. So those are the only reasons why. But normally I try to get them out the first week of every month, and it's usually over a 3-day period. I usually start with the basic ones that only have the autograph itself, right? Because then I can, there's usually about 80 or 90 of those, and I can just print the labels for those. They're easy to pack because there's no variants. Yeah. And then I start working on like the ones that come with the add-on. Like, is there one add-on? Because then it gets a little bit more complicated when there's 3 autographs in a pack because the shipping price goes up, and so I have to change the shipping and I have to redo that, and then international. Like it's a whole process, but I try to get them out the first week of every month.
And I do want to touch on, because I actually got this question. I didn't tell you about this, Mark. I got this question from somebody who actually joined Autograph of the Month, and they joined Autograph of the Month, I believe, like they said, like August, like 10th. I want to say like the second week of August. Right. And they were like, hey, it's almost the end of August. I haven't got an autograph. And so just so you guys are aware, if you join in if we're in September and you go, you know what, man, that Box Poppin' Beauty video was awesome. I want to get in this Autograph of the Month club. And you join after you see our September video, you won't get it until October.
Right. So even if you join September 1st.
Yeah.
So if you really want the autograph for like that month and it hasn't been spoiled yet, like people haven't got them yet. So like say it's September 3rd and people have not started receiving them yet. If you contact me, I can, get you in, that way. But once an autograph is in people's hands, I stop taking orders because what I don't want, and I don't think it's fair to the people that pay the $20 a month, is for the people that come in, a week or two after and say, "Oh, I want that autograph, and I wanted it to $20."
Yeah. So like we've talked about this before, but Marco had Chris Eggleston in the Autograph of the Month Club for $20, and he had this at a time when I went to a convention and Chris was charging $100 for an 8x10. So Marco doesn't want people to be like, "Oh man, Chris was in this month. Now I want to be a member for a week."
Right. And so people do contact me, and I do offer them deals like, "Hey, if you sign up, I'll give it to you for this price, but never the $20."
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe find somebody who got one and didn't like it. Maybe it wasn't their cup of tea. Trade for them or something like that. But it's just not fair to the people that do commit to the $20 a month.
Or find people like us who buy every single variant and then just start basically selling them for cost or giving them as gifts, because that's so much fun to do. We did that with we actually made the August Supernatural one. I actually sent to somebody, Marco, because I kept the other one.
Nice.
So and then Joe, I didn't know this. Did you know that Thomas Kincaid would put a piece of his hair and grind it into the ink?
No, I did not.
So it's DNA certified. Cool thing, I have him in my garage. I have it framed up in my garage. If anybody knows me, they know I'm a huge Saw fan, Tobin Bell. I have a poster. So for Saw 3, there's a poster out there. It's all black, and then there's some red, and it's Tobin Bell's face, and he's got like the red of his hood. The red in the poster actually has Tobin Bell's blood in it. It's called the DNA poster, and I actually have that.
Yeah, I mean, I know they've done it with trading cards.
Yeah.
Where like they've had hair, and they do like WWE did the whole like lipstick kiss cards, and they've toyed with that in trading cards before, but I don't know.
Yeah. So I see Arcade Pop is in here, Jonathan, and then Carrie had a follow-up question. Carrie said, "Have the one with the Comic-Con bonus auto. I believe I signed up on the 15th, so I should get it first week in September, and my renew would be when I signed up, right?"
No,
that's her question.
Is the 11th of every month. So the auto renewal is the 11th of every month, no matter when.
Okay, there you go, Carrie. The 11th. So it'll renew on the 11th once you're signed up. So you will get the September one. I'm going to say with what Marco was explaining, I'm going to say September might end up coming the first part of the second week of September.
Well, yeah, because the second weekend of September is Labor Day this year.
Yeah, so it might be a little bit delayed. So that one might be a little bit delayed, but then, yeah, you'll renew and then you'll get the October one.
And you never double renew. So, like, say you sign up September 5th, right?
Mm-hmm.
You won't be charged again on the 11th. Your first renewal will be, and there's a letter that comes with all of the first-time autograph members that explains all of this in your welcome letter. It'll explain like when your next renewal date is, and all that kind of stuff, how the system works, what are kind of the whole add-on, the blast of the past, things.
Also, just so you guys know, that is another way. I think what's Blast from the Past? Blast from the Past costs $23.
Just did $23.
Yeah, so you do have a chance. It's a kind of a mystery pack that Marco does. Blast from the Past add-on. You can add it on any month you want. $23. It'll come with your autograph of the month. I know Paul is in here. Paul's been doing them like crazy, right?
Yeah, he gets like 4 a month.
Yeah, so Paul, I mean, you can get these past ones, and if you want to see what Marco's had, go to 258west.com. And like I said before Marco pulls it down, if you want to be part of Autograph of the Month Club for any length of time, go to Autograph.deals, sign up for the extended time, and then you get a gift card from Marco to go on a little shopping spree on 258. And I can tell you right now, not only do you get that gift card, but then you get 258 prices. And we got a George Takai, which would have cost. We were supposed to see George at Emerald City, and we were going to get an autograph from George for $100. It's not $100 on 258. We were going to get got a Norman Reedus and what's his name, dual sign from Boondock Saints.
Sean Flannery.
Wouldn't cost that much. It cost a lot more if I tried to get that anywhere else.
All right. So let's go ahead and talk about next month's signer.
Variant.
So next month, we are going to have, everybody's going to get one. I'm going to show the Nick collage one more time. So basically, everybody's going to get the person that's going to be in the next month. They've been in so many things, and there wasn't really one clear thing that the person has done that I thought warranted like just their own for everybody, right? Because if you ask 10 people what's your favorite thing from this person, they'd probably give you 10 different answers.
Yeah.
And so what I've done is I did a collage like this one. It's kind of like this format. It will have 6 boxes with 6 different projects that they have been in, and then kind of like a shot like this of the person, and then a lot of space for them to sign. And that will be what everybody gets. And I'm going to then ask everybody what they thought of that idea, if it's something that they would like to see in the future, not in the future. I'm actually looking to update kind of, when I get more time, kind of a preference type of system. Mm-hmm. Like, do people prefer this type or do people prefer other types, you know? It's hard sometimes when the person has done so many things.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I do, want to make sure that I make as many people as happy as possible. Now, with that said, we are offering 3 different add-ons variants this month. The first being a Supernatural add-on variant.
Are we talking the show Supernatural?
Yep.
Or
show Supernatural. So this person has been in multiple episodes of Supernatural.
Oh shit!
So
here we go.
Multiple means 2 or more.
Hey, you know what? The one from last month was in 1, and it was a biggie. So
yeah, that, like I said, that last month was one of my favorite episodes. So
yeah, you guys don't get a spoiler for that yet if you didn't get it and you haven't watched the video. Sorry.
In about 30 days from now.
Yeah. So yeah, Supernatural add-on. That's crazy.
And if you notice, I'm trying to use the pronouns generic ones, because if I gave away if it was a male or female signer, with as many hints as I'm giving, it might narrow it down too much.
All right. So, by the way, I hope you guys are paying attention, because so what Marco's going to do is he's going to take this video and he kind of edits it up a little bit. So once he's done editing it and posts it, I'm going to create a thread in the bunker, and I want you guys to take part in that thread. I want you guys to kind of go down a little rabbit hole with me and try to figure out if you can figure out who it is.
All right. So that's the first variant, and these are up on the site now. There will be an email going out tomorrow morning as well. But they're all $20.
How many of each variant are available?
This one, there's going to be probably about, I think about 45.
Okay.
And then the next one is, this person was a lead actor in a comedy movie.
Okay.
So if you're into like comedy movies and stuff like that, this is a cool variant to have.
Okay.
They were definitely the star protagonist of this movie. The movie's all about them, and they were the lead in it.
Okay.
And again, all these variants are just $20 each. And then the next one that we have, and this one's actually pretty limited, I think to like 22.
Okay.
And the next one,
Paul says he just ordered all 3 and he's added more Blast from the Past.
and so thank you, Paul, for that. And like I said, every little bit helps. Some of the times, these I have to when I'm negotiating with these actors. Sometimes it comes to down like a bottom level price that I have to meet. In order to meet that price, I have to up the number of autographs. Right?
Yeah.
So in some cases like this, these variants do help quite a bit, especially since our total number of subscribers is around 145 right now, and I'd really like to get us up to like 300 to 400.
Yeah, we need to grow this.
So that way I can get more money to get more people, because it is getting harder and harder to get people to sign in this price range. And
do you feel like COVID has, with all these virtual signings that people are doing, is making them want more?
I don't know. I know the actors, some of them are open to doing like the Zoom signings versus meeting in person.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as that, I haven't seen it. It hasn't really been enough out there. But usually, like I try to reach out to actors who have not yet done the con circuit.
Okay.
So I'm trying to avoid any kind of crossover. So at least at the time when I do the signing, I'm hoping that they've done a few cons, right?
Yeah.
Or haven't done any.
Well, one of the things I've always said about Autograph of the Month, and if anybody can go check this out, if you go look at the past signings and stuff, what Mark was talking about getting people before they're in the con circuit, the people that he's gotten before and put in here for $20 a month are now in the con circuit asking for 80 easy on top of the cost of getting into the con. So,
well, and at the same time, a lot of those prices are that high because people are paying for the experience of meeting the actor.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not so much for the autograph itself. The people who are in the Autograph of the Month Club, they're actual autograph collectors, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, where a lot of the people that go to conventions, you know, those autographs that they get from a signing end up in a drawer somewhere. You know what I mean? As a souvenir. It's like going to Magic Mountain and getting that photo.
Yeah.
You went to Magic Mountain not for the photo. You went to Magic Mountain to ride the damn ride, right?
Absolutely.
And that's one of the arguments that I always make with agents that want to charge me convention pricing. You know, I'm like, hey, your actor gets to sit at home for a couple hours and do this, and versus flying out to some place for an entire weekend, right? So how are you going to charge me the same price? You know?
Yeah, absolutely, exactly.
And so, all right, so comedy movie. This person has been in. They were the lead. The whole movie is about them.
Star of the movie.
And there's only about 22 of these available. So if you're into comedy, this is definitely one. Well, now there's one less, I guess, right, Paul?
No, there's 2 less because since my face has been covered up, I just went and purchased ours too.
So okay, there's 2 less. We're gonna start making
so
this
I just ordered all 3
We're just gonna be hanging out live until they're all sold out.
This is like a telethon.
The autograph shopping
Autograph of the Month Club variant telethon. Let's go.
There's not going to be any left to email about tomorrow. All right, so the next one is a post-apocalyptic TV show. So this is a post-apocalyptic TV show which can cover many different genres of post-apocalyptic, right? So, you know, you can have as far as things from like the 100 is post-apocalyptic in a sense. Walking Dead is post-apocalyptic. Preacher's post-apocalyptic in a sense. Well, kinda, I guess. I don't know if Preacher would be it. Preacher's weird, but the idea is that this TV show is set in a post-apocalyptic setting.
I have a good question for you.
Okay.
Since we talked about Nick Stahl earlier, did you watch the Sarah Connor Chronicles TV show?
Oh, yeah. It was one of my favorites.
Would you classify that as post-apocalyptic?
No.
Because it's
part of it.
Pre.
Yeah, it's pre.
But, I mean, Terminator kind of is an apocalyptic movie series.
Right. So there's 40 of these available. And and stuff like that. And so
There's 38 available.
38 available. But so yeah, those are the three,
Joe's already throwing guesses out.
Post-apocalyptic, TJ Qualls. Me, could be not. There's going to be a lot of guesses here.
Yeah, so definitely if you're not in the bunker, make sure you're in the bunker. The reason, if you guys missed the live stream where we talked about this, for the August, when Marco revealed that I think the main autograph, he was like, this person was a lead in a supernatural horror movie and was in one episode of Supernatural. And that sent me down this like rabbit hole. And I can tell you I didn't guess who it was. I didn't even come close to figuring out who it was. But the rabbit hole that I went down to and remembering like all these people that were on Supernatural was so much fun that I told Marco, I said, next time we do this for September, I'm creating a thread because I want to just start throwing out ideas with people and maybe proving somebody right or proving somebody wrong. And now, so this is like perfect. We've got 3 things that they were in. We know that they've been in many more. So it's somebody who's got a pretty good IMDb. So this will be fun.
Definitely. And like I said, I made sure to make it, not a female actor or a male actor, just because that would have narrowed it down even more. So.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, those are the 3 variants, and I can't wait to see what all the guesses are going to be, and all of that. So, and again, one final reminder for the people that may have just popped on. The style is going to be, everybody's going to get is a collage style.
So is the character from the Supernatural show, from the comedy movie, and from the post-apocalyptic show part of that collage?
Oh, you mean yeah? The part of the collage does include Supernatural, the comedy.
It includes all 3 of the variants.
Yeah, and then there will be
in that
3 more added to that.
But then you have these 3 variants that are the main things, pretty much.
Right. So kind of like how you see here, this Nick Stahl had the Carnival T3 and the Sin City, which were all 3 possible variants. But a lot of people, when I was talking before, was a big fan of Nick Stahl from Tall Tales? Like from their childhood. Like a lot of people watched that movie, the Disney movie Tall Tales, which was kind of like the Paul Bunyan type story.
Okay.
And it was like with him, and then that was Patrick Swayze. And so I included that in the collage as well.
That's really cool.
Just because
we have another. So we are down another 3 of each variant. We have another order. This is turning into Autograph of the Month Club live telethon.
There we go.
So I need a bell to ring a bell because Josh Scott just purchased.
Yeah. I do really appreciate it, guys. Like I said, every little bit helps out. And
we have another one, Joe. Joe just purchased. We need the phone lines. Everybody are lighting up right now. So if you're having trouble getting through, just keep trying.
And like I said, if you're thinking about joining the club or not joining the club, I will always recommend to join it. But like I said, that helps us out. Even if you get a month or 2 where you're not a big fan of the person, they do make wonderful gifts. And I mean, even the most difficult person to shop for, I'm sure you'll find an autograph that fits them.
They really do. And I can tell you guys, so I think I still have one. So I have the Nick Stahl that I'm keeping. And then I think I have the Yellow Bastard still that I'm actually going to probably either sell or trade or give as a gift. But the first one that we did with, what's her name from Pan's Labyrinth, that variant from Shannara Chronicles went to Kendall's father. That was an easy gift. In August, the Supernatural variant I sent to somebody as a gift. Now, I thought I was keeping that one until I saw what the main autograph was, and then I was like, nope, never mind keeping the main autograph. So I can definitely say from experience that these make amazing gifts. It's really simple because whether people are into autographs or not, they're into these shows. And so it's kind of cool to just get this random autograph from a show for somebody.
Well, I mean, if you know, like me, like my nephews, for example, like I used to just rack my mind on trying to buy them something super cool, maybe expensive, whatever, and they would play with it for like 10 minutes and then go on to the next thing. And I'd be like, really, 10 minutes? You know what I mean? Like, and then because especially their parents buy them everything they want already, and then there's also people like us. We get to a certain age, and anything that we really want, we just buy. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't imagine trying to shop for me. Right? Like, what do you get me? You know, like maybe socks. Now, I guess I could use some socks.
Kendall has that issue with me all the time because I am that person that if I want something, I just go, okay, I'm going to save up and get it.
Right. And so you have that relative or somebody that, you know, maybe a father, a brother, sister, who you're like, damn, what should I get them? They have everything, you know?
Yeah.
And then like find out that, oh, yeah, one of their favorite TV shows is Supernatural. Oh, I got the Supernatural one. Let me give it to them. And you see them light up.
No, for real. And the other thing that I'll say about that, like, so in our entire family, Kendall and I are the only ones that are into autographs, that are the only ones that collect autographs, that seek out autographs. We have an autograph collection. That being said, we, at a convention that we were at, there was a local to Medford, Oregon. There was an anime convention, and one of the voice actors for Attack on Titan was there. And I knew Kendall's brother loved Attack on Titan. Strangely enough, if anybody out there is an Attack on Titan fan, his name is Levi. Levi is a character in Attack on Titan. And the voice actor who was there, I brought a Funko Pop, and she signed it, and she was so excited when I told her his name was Levi, and she wrote like all over it. Now, he has no other autographs, but I know that thing is sitting on his desk. And I know that he looks at it and he thinks about us and the fact that we got it for him. Same thing with Kendall's dad. We took that Shannara Chronicles, we put it in a frame, and I know a gift.
But hold on, I think you're losing connection here. You just kind of broke up on that last section.
Oh.
And I think you're frozen.
Am I back?
You're froze on the live stream, but I think you're back on my screen. So yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're back now.
Cool. Anyway, what I was saying is that it's framed. He looks at it. He knows we got it for him. So the fact that they're not collectors makes it more of a gift. And then the other thing that I would say is that the autographs that Marco gets in these, I mean, the Pan's Labyrinth autograph is an autograph I didn't know I wanted, and now it's one of my favorite. And then the autograph from August I didn't know I wanted, and it's one of my favorite.
And I kind of want to honor those actors too that don't normally get a lot of praise, but they've been in something. Like there's a couple actors like that I really want to sign, but I'm like, but would they translate to the club, right? Like I don't know if I should. You know what? I'm going to spoil this one because I don't think I'm ever like. I would love to sign this person.
Is this the one we talked about?
No, I've never talked about it. I even probably have to look up his name. But
Josh, I'm sure that Marco, do you have more of the Shannara Chronicles variants still?
I'm going to start putting those up on the website sometime this week.
Yeah, so Josh, he'll get those up on 258. And also, like I said before, until Marco remembers and takes it down, if you are a member of Autograph of the Month Club, if you enjoy it, do what I did. Take advice from your friendly neighborhood Jew and save some damn money and go to Autograph.deals because other than the variants, I don't pay Marco anything per month for the next 2 years. Marco's stuck with me. So, and basically now Marco is just sending on top of the gift card that you also get, which is so much fun, especially if Marco's going to be adding some of these variants and stuff to the site week or next week, definitely go get that the Autograph.deals deal. Get that 258 West gift card and go on a shopping spree, and then you get Autograph of the Month Club. Basically, I think I did the math. Marco's probably going to hate me saying this, but I think I did the math, and I think I'm paying, like, I've already paid it, but I think for the next 2 years it adds up that I'm getting these autographs for, I think, $12. I think 12 or 13.
No, yeah, I mean, because what it was is the gift card for the website was basically half of the cost of the year of the term. So I think like if you were to buy a 4-year or 2-year, half price, or I think the thing was like 280.
Yeah, the 2 year, and then it was like a $258 gift card or something like that. It was like, hang on, Autograph. Michael Flores just said something in the chat that I'm like super intrigued. Said you should post the extra Once Upon a Time autographs you have.
I should.
I'm extremely intrigued by who you have from Once Upon a Time.
It's more like who I don't have, probably.
Oh. So yeah, so if you go to Autograph.deals, there is an option both for USA and Canada and international. But if you're USA, for example, so we did the 24-month subscription at $575 each. So we paid Marco $575, and immediately Marco sent us a $280 gift card for 258 West. So if you then you do your math, and you take 575 and you subtract 280, you come up to 295, and then you divide that by 24 months, you're paying $12.29 for an autograph every month. I don't care if it's the most D-lister of D-listers. They're not signing for $12.29 at anywhere.
All right, so one of my all-time favorite movies is Blood In, Blood Out, Bound by Honor.
Okay.
And I don't know how many of you guys have ever seen it, right?
I've never even heard of it.
And, you know, the guy who did it is the same. Let's see. So it was one of, well, anyways, I think it was LA Confidential, the director from that. But the movie's over like 3.5 hours long. Had Billy Bob Thornton made a cameo in it. It was one of his first things. Also, Ving Rhames, one of his first things. But it starred Benjamin Pratt.
The guy you're getting a lot of good movie and great movie right now in the chat.
Yeah, the guy that you see right now played Cruz Jesse Baroga. It was one of Benjamin Pratt's first movies. And it was basically about this guy who was half Mexican, half American. And he struggled between living in both worlds because his dad, who was white, hated him, you know, and his mom really didn't pay much attention to him. And so he ended up, you know, with his cousins and all that stuff down in East LA. And they had this neighborhood gang back when, you know, gangs were more for like neighborhood protection type of thing. Rather than, you know, what they are kind of currently. And like every, you know, neighborhood had their own like little teenager gang at the time. And these were called the Vatos Locos. And the story takes place over like 3 generations, I guess, or 3, it's like 1 generation, but like 3 points of their lives. When they were all like in high school and, you know, in this gang and just partying and hanging out, right?
Yeah.
Until something really bad happens, right? Which triggers a series of events where one of the one kid goes to prison, one goes to the army, and the other becomes a drug addict artist, right? And so you follow all 3 of their lives, and how different each life goes and turns out. And I think it's definitely one of those movies that every person should watch at least once. But this actor here has such an amazing scene and personality, and it just blew me away. And he's done a lot of stuff since then. Like he was in, I don't know, did you watch Fear the Walking Dead?
I did.
So you remember in the first season, there was like that homeless guy in the cart running around and being all crazy. That was him, you know. He was in that for like 4 or 5 episodes. He was in Con Air, Fame, Colombiana.
What was his name?
Jesse Braga.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
and you know, but that's definitely like somebody I'd love to do a signing with, but I don't think it would go over well in the club.
Yeah, I can understand. I can understand where you're getting. Oh, he was in the From Dusk Till Dawn TV series.
Yeah, like
He was in Dexter.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal actor, and
Yeah.
Like I
in
said,
24.
Yeah. And so, like, I would love to just do a signing with him and just, again, for my personal, and talk with him for an hour or so. And
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's insane. But again, it's just I don't think it would fly with the club, you know. But again, I like to honor those actors too, that really haven't, aren't household names, but like you said, you're going through the IMDb now, and you're like, oh, that show, oh yeah, he was in Dexter. Oh, wait, what role did he play in Dexter? You know what I mean? I think that's fun. That's part of the experience. That $20 that you're paying for, that the ability to go through and do that. You know what I mean? Find out who they're, and then maybe go watch. Maybe it makes you want to go watch Blood In, Blood Out, and then it becomes one of your favorite movies.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you and I have talked about before that I love that one of the things that we share is we love those. I mean, people love to get autographs or connections with the main actor or the protagonist. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we love the secondary people sometimes that steal the show. So like I've been telling Marco that if you've watched us before, Marco and I think that Evil is one of the best shows on TV right now.
Right.
And I've been telling Marco that I want him to get Asif I don't know how to spell his last name. Mandvi?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but Asif, who plays Ben the Magnificent in that show, I think he steals the show every time he's on it. I think he's great. And
well, yeah.
I think autographs like that are so cool.
Yeah, Michael is Emerson or something like that.
Michael Emerson's one of my favorite actors of all. I wanted Michael Emerson since a lot of people forget he was in Saw. Like people think like Michael Emerson. I mean, his big breakout was Lost, right? Playing Ben in Lost, but he was in the first Saw movie.
Yeah. It's amazing, like the actors that get the big breakouts from one show or another. Like you remember Prison Break?
Yeah.
Remember the one guy, the white supremacist child molester guy?
Oh yeah. T-Bone, right?
Yeah.
T something T-Bone T-Ball, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
he stole that show in a lot of senses.
Yeah, absolutely, he did.
But before Prison Break, he was a forest ranger. And about to quit acting. He was literally cleaning out like a porta potty at a national park when he got the call that he got the role.
Yeah.
Like he was just gonna quit acting and just commit to being, a full-time ranger at a park.
That's crazy. And now look at him.
Right. It's always interesting to see, those, because that's all it takes sometimes is that one role,
Well, when you hit your, I mean, like, okay, so I would say, I mean, do you feel that Michael Emerson's character in Evil is that different from Ben Linus? It's not. He's very similar.
They're similar and different at the same time. Like
it's almost like the directors of Evil were like, we want you to be Ben if Ben was possessed.
Well, he just has that thing where he looks innocent. You know what I mean? But then, like, so he can pull off that, oh, me? And then when you're,
Yeah.
like, alone with him, he's just, like, completely sinister and evil and
Yeah.
can say the
Like there
craziest
was a
things.
couple of moments where you're like, you kind of felt bad for the dude.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, never mind. He's a really bad dude.
And he just gets worse with every episode.
Oh, yeah. That I still like that show. I think one of the best scenes of season 1 was when she drops the knowledge of like who he really is.
Right.
And she like gets all in his face and she's like, your actual name is this, you were this, in school you were this, and she like, and Kristen just like destroys him, and you're like, holy crap. And then a scene later he's freaking like that where who he's talking to.
Yeah. Well, to me, one of the best scenes always was the Halloween episode.
Oh yeah.
With the girls. Like, I think the scenes with the girls, especially with the girls and Ben, are also,
It's just
crazy.
such a good show. If you guys have not watched Evil,
CBS.
binge season 1 because season 2 is coming.
And if you guys don't have CBS All Access, get it for a month. Watch Evil, watch Star Trek Discovery, watch Picard.
Yeah, you can get it for free for that first month, right? And then you just
first week at least. But I mean,
yeah.
even then, it's only like I think $10 or something for like, and then just binge the shows. Go back and watch The Good Wife or The Good Fight. There's a show called Brain Dead. That's really.
Did you say Twilight Zone? Because didn't Jordan Peele redo Twilight Zone on there too?
He did, but it was okay. It was.
It's not good.
It wasn't.
I don't have CBS All Access. I just watch. I'm still one of those weird people that has satellite. We talked about this.
Right. There's some shows that they do exclusively on All Access, and I think they just did. I think Red Alert is now on there, which is an animated, or it's called the Lower Decks. It's an animated Star Trek show where kind of like Family Guy in a sense, but they're all the red shirts in the lower decks.
What do you think of HBO paying over $500 million for the rights to stream old South Park episodes?
Well, I mean, they did the same thing for Big Bang Theory.
God.
Well, I mean, you get to stream them all over the world, and you have to have that back catalog because there's people that watch those shows like The Office and shows like that on loop all.
Well, isn't The Office and Friends were like the most watched shows on Netflix for years?
I mean, people would watch the same episodes. See, with me, I can only watch things once unless I'm usually showing them to somebody else.
Yeah,
there's just so much new stuff out there, and so part of it, I have to be on top of every new show that comes out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Paul Lawrence didn't like the new Twilight Zone. He says Evil is incredible, and apparently a former coworker of his looks just like Michael Emerson.
But yeah, so it's just one of those things that I don't even know what I was saying there for a second. But yeah, some people just like to watch the same things over and over again, and I've never been able to do that. Like, I think Firefly is the only show that I've watched more than like 10 times, and that's because 9 of those 10 I was showing them to somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing with Serenity. But like, I remember one holiday when the Blu-ray for Serenity came out. Everybody I worked with, I gave them a copy of it,
that's so cool.
But anyways, I think we're gonna go ahead and call it for the night. But,
yeah, we've drugged this on. You guys stuck with us. I think we've been going for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, 1 hour and 18 minutes.
We're pushing it. Anyway.
But like I said, we could talk all day long. But especially when
we could just live stream talk. Yeah, so go over there. Yeah.
Well, you completely blacked out, but he was basically saying go to the Autograph of the Month Club, sign up. If you're already signed up, check out the add-ons. Every little bit helps. And I thank you guys. And if you enjoy these shows, like, share everything whenever we put the videos on YouTube. Make sure to go to YouTube, like, and subscribe. Again, thank you, everybody. I'm Marco. And that's Michael.
I'm Michael. Am I back?
Oh, you're back. Yeah.
Sweet. I'm Michael. Yeah, go subscribe to My Fandom TV, right? My Fandom TV.
Yeah.
And Box Pop and Beauty. Go join the bunker. The giveaway for the bunker is this Sunday, and Marco's got a prize in there. So don't miss that. And yeah, we'll see you guys. Come join that thread that I'm going to put in the bunker, and let's try to figure out who this is. See if we're right.
All right, guys. Take care and thanks again.